What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be doing Way of X Issue 3 review titled Joy of X, written by Cy Spurrier, artist by Bob Quinn, colorist by Javi Tartaglia, and cover artist for this particular cover, Bob Quinn. Now, if you remember last issue, Kurt um, had, in order to resurrect David Haller, had to destroy his brain, basically putting a bullet through it. Something that we thought Kurt would never do. Um, Again, based on his religious backgrounds and realizing these days what sometimes what you have to do is what you have to do, and it's Kurt has always been someone that finds it hard to live in these worlds of gray when he's been raised so black and white to the degree of, everything is possible through God, the devil's real, and all that stuff. Um, he was able to do it. We pick up with this issue being the Hellfire Gala. That was a story it's a tie into a story that was going on at the time of the books at the moment. There was a wedding that we pick up on that Kurt attends and happens to get massively drunk because of his nerves between what's been happening and this wedding. He seems to be nervous about this wedding. He approaches Dr. Nemesis the next day for a hangover cure, and him and Nemesis begin to talk a little bit about the things on Krakoa. He needs to lighten up. Things seem to be going really well. There happens to be a nice pump and rave going on at the moment, and so, like I said, we see Kurt trying to maybe realize that it's okay for him to relax or what have you. But as Nemesis leaves him, we see him coming across Stacy X, who happens to be giving out contraceptives at this rave. And initially, when when I read that, I was like, because contraceptives and that type of stuff wasn't necessarily topics I'm used to in comic books. So I was okay, weird flex to say offhand. I'm sorry, excuse me. Um, but hold on, that means I need a little bit of my cafe McTully. But we're gonna find out why in a moment. But I've noticed that, uh, especially in the X Men comic books lately, there seems to be topics that they try to touch on without really bringing it to the forefront of being noticed like that to what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you think about the topic. I heard that the Sabretooth series was like that, touching on pieces of history that most people don't know in conjunction with the story that's going on now. But the reason why she decided to basically start giving out contraceptives is that at the party, you have thousands or hundreds of young, dumb, and full of uh, hum, full of humming. Uh, and why not be safe than sorry, especially if you're not necessarily thinking of dealing with the consequences of unprotected sex after. Um, but I also want to say that no matter what your choice is, that's your choice. I'm not here to say one way or the other what to do with your body and your actions. I fully try not to do that at this channel. I just want to give you the information presented. We also see Pixie asking David Holler to help these two mutants who cannot touch each other but wants to be intimate with each other. And Pixie had told David that the character Blindfold had let her know that because Blindfold and David Holler were once together before Blindfold had passed. They two couldn't be physically intimate together, so David Holler had found a way for them to feel that intimacy of a couple, um, and in conjunction with each other, having sexual intercourse. But while they're in there, we see the Patchwork Man uh, disrupting their time together. And when they come out of this thing that David has done for them, each one has thought the other was like perverse and degenerate, like a degenerate in their thoughts because they see the Patchwork Man, aka Onslaught, is forcing images into their forefronts of their minds to make them think that their lover is like a perverse person, but they're not. The Patchwork Man, aka Onslaught, is looking to be a disruption and add negativity to the island of Krakoa. Stacy X explains why she's running the business that she's running, so to speak, because all these babies are getting left there, and no one else is taking care of them. So Stacy X, and now with the help of Lost, that new character that we came across in issue 1, they seem to be helping taking care of these children. Now, I will say, unless I'm not remembering issues 4 and 5 correctly, and we'll come across those in the next couple of reviews, obviously, but that story has not yet to be touched, even in the Legion of X story that follows this. Um, I don't know if there's another X title that follows what Stacy X has been doing, but I just thought I'd put that out there. If you know what Stacy X has been doing with her orphanage, so to speak, let me know down below. And finally, we see Lost. Overhearing a conversation Fabian Cortez was having with someone because he wanted to do a freaky deaky stuff with them, and they refused. And so when he mentioned that he was the leader of the acolytes, that's when Lost went wild and attacked him. And it was up to Kurt and everybody to try to stop that. Um, they do in a way, but we can kind of see again Onslaught, aka the Patchwork Man, nudging things, controlling things, manipulating these negative emotions, making people feel that through the resurrection process they're immortal, that nothing can ever happen to them. They can do whatever and act however they want. And this is some of the things that Kurt's concerned about with these processes, the breakdown of someone's character and moral fiber is what he's worried about. And he's worried about it for himself as well. He's always been a staunch um, supporter of doing the right thing no matter what, even when it's the hardest thing to do. He's the one that stays by that side. Um, so after everything has calmed down, we see at the end here everyone at the local Coca bar listening to Dazzler, and we see that not Fabian, Doctor Nemesis has a little thing for Dazzler at the end here. Um, which is cool. I will say I thought Dazzler was going to be a little bit more of a part of this series, or part of the Legion series going forward, but not in this series. Is she after this issue part of anything? Um, I will say part of this Hellfire Gala is Xavier, I guess, laying out the things that they want to do. The three rules they're going to follow is make more mutants, kill no man, and respect the sacred land. Um, at this point, if you guys are reading X Men comics, you know that the Sins of Sinister storyline is kicking in. So we always know that Xavier always has something up his sleeve when it comes to certain things. But at this point, that's the rules that they're trying to follow in Krakoa. Kurt again is trying to make sure everyone upholds those laws as he's trying to figure out new laws with him and David Haller. And on top of trying to figure out why everyone is being so careless and reckless and negative, and trying to figure out who the Patchwork Man is, and seeing if all this ties together. Um, but yeah, that's the way of issue 3, episode 3. I am liking the story. I'm liking the return of Onslaught. I can't wait to see how our favorite teleporter and our favorite mutant son, David Holler, handles and saves the day with the ragtag group of who there seem to be forming: Pixie and Lost and Dr. Nemesis and Fabian Cortez. Um, and then with Lost and Fabian Cortez, are they going to work together? Being she has a problem with the acolytes in the past, and we'll find out that story. But I want to thank everyone for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing. I hope that I was able to entertain you today. If so, hit that subscribe bar, hit that like button, and until next time, peace.